What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas LMA, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy, and we back with Monday Morning Quarterback. I'm up here, of course, with In Rest We Trust, aka Monray. How you doing today, Monray?
What's up? Too early in the morning for me, but it is what it is. Otherwise, your boy came fresh from a nice little draft last night. In Russ, we trust all year. You know, that's going to be the starting quarterback for the Snarfs and Slops team on fantasy football. You know how it goes. So go ahead and talk the stuff. This might be one of the few Monday morning quarterbacks you might hear and see me on all year. So let's go ahead and have fun with it.
Yeah, so we got a little bit to talk about. We're gonna go over some. I want to go over some predictions. Um, who do you got this season going to the Super Bowl? We gonna go top down. Who do you got to feel? Who your potentials?
Ugh. Like, I hate even saying that. From the NFC, it's relatively easy for me. I can easily see the Rams repeating because, I mean, everybody has this infatuation with the 49ers, and I just don't see it. Like, I'm sorry. You go from Mr. I don't even know what I want to call him. Like, just we go from Jimmy G, you know, who has been a model citizen in the NFL, down to Trey Lance with Jimmy G in the background. And if Jimmy G didn't have the intangibles to get you over the hump, whether it's in the Super Bowl or whether you want to put that because of the coach who's still there, or before the Super Bowl when you know he couldn't clutch it out, I'm expecting him to do it again. Like, I understand the NFC got weaker, sure, but if they didn't beat the Rams last year, why would I expect them to do it this year? Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, I'm not seeing this infatuation of the 49ers. Now, can they get there? Sure, because the NFC only really has like three good teams. It's literally the 49ers, if you want to still put them there, the Packers, the Rams, and I'm missing one. Oh yeah, of course, and Tom Brady's Bucks. So it's literally only four freaking teams. Now the problem is the Rams and the 49ers share a division, but other than that, I mean, so it could easily be them win two games and get to the Super Bowl. It's not surprising to me, but just this infatuation of they just like, no, I actually see them taking a step back. Trey Lance get his first year starting, and all of a sudden he's supposed to be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes. Like calm down now. Like, I don't expect everybody to bust out and be Patrick Mahomes and run like a 14-3 friggin' season their first year. So I'm just like, this is the surprising thing to me. So I could see the Rams repeating quite easily, to be honest with you, or the AFC. That's like the toss up. Like, so many teams took a step forward, some took a step back. It's hard for me to pick one team looking at it. Oh, if I gotta go with somebody, if you put my feet to the fire and just say you have to pick this team, I don't like going with the hype, but I'm gonna give Buffalo a shot. I'm gonna give Buffalo a legitimate shot to get there, because if they took the Chiefs to 13 seconds and the defense was what screwed it up, the Chiefs take a step back, and your division, though their division take, I don't know if I want to call it, I guess their division took a little bit of a step forward. You know, the Jets made some improvements in the offseason, questionable improvements, but improvements in the offseason. The Dolphins took a step forward. Patriots took a step back. So, like, regardless, they should win their division still, which gives them a home game in the playoffs. I could buy them hitting two games. You know, Josh Allen still get that good stride going, and I can see them making it, though it's going to be a little bit more rough. If you got to put my foot to the fire, that's out the AFC. NFC, I really don't see any reason the Rams don't repeat. Just to be honest, I don't see no team in the NFC that should stop them, other than maybe the Bucks. And that's it.
That is true. We have Hollywood Sensei, my guy from the Blurred Cartel. How you doing today, my guy?
What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, man, we blessed. We
Keeping it a
blessed. We out
bean
here
in
talking a
Russ
little.
we trust.
I mean, we're here to talk some sports. You know what I mean?
In
Yeah, we
Russ
here
we
talk
trust.
some
Thank you, sir.
sport. So we're gonna put him on the spot since he coming in. We going from the top down? Who you got in terms of Super Bowl predictions? Who up there? Who got a chance? We know you can't just say who because injuries and stuff happen, but who looking good to you? Hollywood.
All right, so right now, my initial Super Bowl pick right now is the Bills Rams. That's that's what I'm going. I got Bills Rams right now. You know what I mean, I just feel like the Bills probably got the most complete roster in the AFC. I mean, Josh Allen, we see his improvement every season. I mean, we know he got Stephon Diggs. Gabriel Davis should take a step up this year. I mean, as long if they can get their running game together,
Freaking Devin Singletary, man.
if they get their running game together, maybe Dalvin Cook's brother is the answer. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like Buffalo. And then in the NFC, I gotta go with the Rams. As much as I wanna pick the Bucks because they picked up my boy Julio Jones. That's my guy. You know what I mean? I want him to win a ring so bad, but I don't because I'm a Falcons fan. Falcons for life, and you went to the Buccaneers, like, you know what I mean. So I'm kind of conflicted, but I'm gonna take, like I said, I got the Rams. I think they repeat. I still think they got the best roster in the NFC. They added Bobby Wagner to that defense. You add Allen Robinson to the offense. It's it's probably gonna be the Rams. Rams Bills.
I like it. I like it. Rams is by far probably one of the biggest favorites. I'm looking over it right now. I like to say so. I'm gonna just shoot my boy some bail and just go out there and say the Eagles is an interesting team to watch. I don't even know if they'll win their division, but I just feel by the playoff time, Hurts might improve enough that they could honestly just be a like legit threat to
Man,
the.
I could see them winning their division. I'm coming like everybody. We looking at the Cowboys, which I think the Cowboys are going to struggle. I mean, they always struggle, but I can see them struggling in the first part of the season because Gallup's coming off ACL. I'm not 100% if he's going to start the year or not, but Gallup's coming off this ACL tear. CeeDee Lamb got to go from third, like second or third receiver to the number one option, and they other receivers are going to be relatively unproven for the rest part of the year. The offensive line is a little more shaky now than, of course, it used to be. Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, they've been mediocre. Like they haven't just been the top tier running back attack that Zeke was when he got paid. And I'm supposed to believe now that they just gonna be super dominant when the Eagles have took massive steps forward. Like they have bolstered their offensive line. I think is looked at statistically as at least top five offensive line. So the Eagles got dang near top five offensive line on paper. They have improved with AJ Brown by picking him up in the offseason. They already had a number one top pick wide receiver. So if Jalen Hurts even and now Jalen Hurts already had a really good like running season last year. If he takes even a slight step forward, slight step in throwing, he didn't got to be Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs massive step. But if he takes a slight step forward to be a halfway decent passer, there's no reason why that team don't have a legitimate shot to win their division. There just isn't. It ain't like the freaking NFC East teams don't win with freaking 9-8 anyway. So the Eagles can't get 9 wins in a weak NFC like this year. I could easily see that. I mean, they split the difference, get 9-10 wins. 9-10 wins will win you that division with these. So
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
no reason they can't win it.
yeah. I
Nine
see
ten
that.
wins in the NFC East. You
I
sure?
can see the Eagles winning it. I can see them winning. Like the Cowboys took a step down, even no matter how we want to look at. Oh well, they traded a receiver who's one. Look, like they done lost pieces, and it ain't like the Cowboys last year was super impressive before then. Like we gonna say it like the Cowboys were just dominant. Like no, they won their division because their division was weakened. But I'm sorry. I can see the Eagles win. I can really see them winning that division.
Yeah, I like Hurts' leadership, and I think the offensive line is really good. They added receivers now that can actually catch, which is a big problem. By the way, we're gonna talk about that in college football when we talk about that later. It's a certain receiver that decided he gonna unfollow everything LSU after he
And
dropped
I
like
don't
4
blame
big
them.
passes. Hey, you can't drop 4 big time passes, including one that could have been a touchdown, and then say, "Hey, it's y'all fault."
Right? You can't. Come on.
Y'all
Come
lost
on.
by 1 point. You catch that point. You catch that football. You at least get a field goal. So, and
As
he
an
just
LSU fan, I was upset watching that game.
Yeah.
yeah, so LSU. I was like, you lost by 1 point, and you can't unfollow them. Talking about I need the ball more. You dropped 4 passes, my guy. We gonna
Who
talk
else was
about
doing
that.
something? Who else was doing something?
Well, I need you
Who
to
else was
do.
working
I
on
need you
that
to
offense?
catch a
I don't see
one.
nobody else.
Like, at least if he'd have caught one of them passes, they win. You know what I mean?
If somebody else would have caught one of the passes they won, ain't nobody else catching nothing.
But he the star. He the star receiver.
Somebody
Right.
else worked. Somebody else worked, bro.
You
Somebody
you
else
the
worked.
one. You the one.
Listen, when you
Catch one of the
wide
few.
receiver
Five,
one,
bro.
you put the team on
Bro,
your
it's
back.
2-5.
That's how you get drafted in the top 5. You know what I mean?
No,
You
he's
put that
supposed to be a
team on your
top
back.
5 receiver when he come out, bro. You can't unfollow. If I'm a
Not if your
coach in the
team
NFL,
go
I'm gonna be
5
like,
and not if your team go friggin' 5-9 because y'all special teams don't know how to do some work, man.
hey, listen, you the star receiver, and you the one that's supposed to be the first round pick. You catch in about a year or two, you catch the football.
I catch
But
you
I'm
when
just,
Tom Brady throwing it.
well, shoot, Tom Brady might not want you after you unfollowed everybody.
Right. Tom Brady might not want you after you see them drops. You know what I mean?
I don't even think the drops is bad. He can make up for. I think you might not want them because you go on the internet and cry like a baby, and then delete LSU and everybody off your Facebook and Twitter
He a
and
kid.
Instagram.
I can expect that BS. I
Nah,
mean, whatever.
man.
He'll
Nah.
refollow him by next game.
Hey, LSU fans, they
Yeah,
are
he'll refollow him by
unforgiving.
next game.
You ever been to Baton Rouge game, Monte? Let them hate you. AFC, I think the Bills and the Chargers looking like it for me though. The Bills and the Chargers, I don't know. It's something feel good about the Chargers. I don't know what it is. Even though I happen to some reason think they're the worst team in the division, but some reason I got a feeling.
The
It's
I
worst.
don't
that
know.
quarterback, man.
You ever had that feeling in your gut that you just feel like in my mind it's telling me they the worst team in the division, but my gut says people just
They
gonna
under the
step up.
Raiders?
Hey, the Raiders added some pieces, my guy.
So did the Chargers.
Devontae Adams a dog. He might be the best receiver in football. He on my
And
fantasy
there's
team. I have
a
to say.
huge difference between Aaron Rodgers throwing to you and Derek Carr throwing to you. Like there's a massive, not nothing against Derek Carr. There's a massive step down, and now you're in a division that's got way more, pressure coming
got
at you as a
Lala in
number
here.
one wide receiver. Because please believe that
Shout out
Packers
Lala.
division was nothing. Lala, what to do? That Packers division was nothing. This division, it's gonna be work put in every game, or at least 6 games out the year. I was like, bro, what? Like, I could see Devontae Adams taking a step down when it comes to like his yards and everything, just because of the extra pressure that's going to be coming at him from these other teams.
But the thing is, he played with Derek Carr in college. Like they already got that repertoire. It's not like he got to learn the quarterback.
Okay,
It's
Yeah,
not like
they do got the reps, but
they
you
were
also
roommates.
Time ago, bro. A long time ago, fam. Stop
that was college.
They
You
were
also
roommates.
you take into account that he already got that established rapport with Darren Waller and Hunter Renfro. You know what I mean? So, but because Devontae Adams is better than both of them combined, you're going to get him the ball regardless. You know what I mean? He's still going to get his targets, but it's not going to be as much. You know what I mean? Because, in Green Bay, it was Devontae or bust. If I'm not throwing it to Devontae, I'm flipping it to Aaron Jones, or I'm going to throw it to Robert Tonyan or something. I may throw it to Lazard, but it was just Devontae or bust. You know what I mean? It won't be like that in Oakland. I mean, in Las Vegas. I got to get used to Vegas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in that division, though, I got the Raiders last. You know what I mean? I feel like they might be in a 9-8
I got them last too.
situation.
Yeah, I got them last too because I just got some feeling about the Chargers. Even though some parts of me like Chargers could be last, but
Now,
my heart telling me they
realistically,
gonna step up somehow and that they gonna play well. Don't sleep on the Dolphins either.
realistically, if I could look
Shout
at
out
the
to
division,
Tua.
the Raiders would be last. I could see the Broncos being third, maybe last as well. Even though I got even worse for your choice, it's a lot to overcome when you got new team, new quarterback, new head coach, all trying to mesh this together in 1 year. Like, I understand that's a lot to push through. So like if I can be realistic, and then the Broncos don't necessarily have a number. Now, to be fair, they don't anymore either, but they don't have that number one receiver to just depend on if all else fails. So they got a lot they got to try to put together in probably the toughest division in football right now. So I could realistically buy the Broncos going 9-8, possibly being last or third as well. Like I ain't just crazy. Now, do I think Russ gonna get his numbers and stuff? Yes, but like I also see that being a little bit more rough and stuff as well. So that's just realistically. Now, this is the Tua year since we're gonna bring up the Dolphins. It's in Tua we trust. Either Tua finna ball out or he finna be somebody backup quarterback next year. So it is what it is. I'm not buying the Dolphins hype. I'm be keeping being with you. I'm not buying it. Everybody like, these Dolphins finna be blazing. Tyreek Hill finna be a monster. It's the same thing. You finna go from Patrick Mahomes, the top 5, top 3 wide quarterback in the league, to Tua Tagovailoa. I don't care how and then not to mention, you finna go from the Chiefs, who had, another arguably number 1 wide receiving threat in freaking Travis Kelce in the tight end slot, to you have another good wide receiver. Yeah, that's it. So it's just been it's going to be a downgrade there as well when it comes to him. Or we're finna see how much of a number 1 wide receiver is he really about to be. But I can't
Monte Tua just texted me. He told me to send a message to you.
So I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
Look, let's keep it a bean. I understand. Let's keep it a bean. Everybody in the NFL, all the quarterbacks in the NFL, can't all take a step forward. Like, let's be realistic. We would love for all of them to take a step forward and all of them to get 10, 11 wins. It ain't gonna happen. Like, we want everybody to say, we want Trey Lance to take a step forward on his first year starting. We want freaking Deshaun Watson to take a step forward and show us that he ain't missed nothing. We want Russell Wilson to take a step forward on a new team. We want Tua Tagovailoa to take a step forward and be that guy. We want Jalen Hurts to step forward and be that guy. Bro, we want Derek Carr to show that he's more than just a mediocre quarterback in the division. We want, we want Mac Jones to show that he can clutch a team to the playoffs when the team ain't as good around him. Like, we want Josh Allen to show us that he's a Super Bowl level quarterback. We have too many. We want Mitchell Trubisky to show us that the Steelers are still gonna be a threat, even though he hasn't in like 3 years. Like, bro, we got too many quarterbacks. We want to take a step forward, and we want Lamar Jackson to show us that he can actually make a Super Bowl run and he's worthy of the contract he's gonna get. Like, how many quarterbacks we want Joe Burrow to go back to the Super Bowl? Like, we want how many quarterbacks got to take a step forward, bro? They all can't. They can't. Like,
Monte said all of y'all are
under surveillance.
He watching y'all. Y'all can't take a step forward. He watching y'all.
I would love for all of them to do it, but we want Matt Ryan to show he still got more left in the tank in the Colts. We want freaking we want the Titans quarterback to show us that he can lead the team and it ain't just Derrick Henry's team. Like, he's gonna get
all 32 starting QBs have some type of lofty expectation, you know what I mean, put on them for this season. You know what I mean? Because they quarterbacks, as some people say, the most important position in sports. I mean, you basically the CEO of the team, whatever. You know what I mean? So they all looking like every quarterback got some type of expectation laid upon them. You know what I mean? Some heavier than others. You know what I mean? But it's there for all 32 of them.
Yeah, Tua I'm not gonna the way they talking. Yeah, I got you water and Tyreek Hill. Listen, if you can't get it done, your
I'm
time is
proud that
up.
Hollywood Sensei has faith in all 32 teams to take their step forward this year. I'm proud somebody do, but I'm telling you right now, I don't. I don't got
Oh
that
yeah,
faith.
I know it's not going to happen. Only like
You got
10,
faith.
only like 10 or 12 of the 32 going to take a step forward. But
You got
I
faith.
mean,
I ain't got
you
the
you
faith.
we all know those expectations are there. Like, I mean, like me, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I have no expectations for this season because I know we gonna be trash. I know it. But you know what I mean,
Like,
I'm gonna
I
still
gotta
watch.
look at
I'm expecting Mariota to do something. You know what I mean, at least prove yourself.
I'm
You
keeping it
know,
mean. Like, see, I can't lie. If I got to think of a one of the divisions that's gonna be just so entertaining to watch, it's gonna be that NFC team. But the Saints with Jameis Winston trying to come back and show that he still can be
famous
that guy.
James.
I got Marcus Mariota, both of the former number one picks going against each other after getting their redemption arcs. Hopefully, I got both of them going in there. Then I got the Baker Mayfield Panthers that's gonna try and show that he still got the. We got like former abandoned number one draft picks all in one division with their
And
redemption
then
stories, and all of them got to show like, hey, I can still get paid. I can still do this job. Like, and then we got the GOAT. Tom Brady with reported marital problems, which I hope is really not marital problems. I pray everything is good for him and his marriage to Giselle. But I got the GOAT. Tom Brady's like, oh, y'all young whippersnappers. I wasn't the number one pick. I'm 7th round down here, and I'm finna show y'all I still got it. Boy, that division, that NFC South will be hilarious. I can't wait to watch them.
yeah, it's gonna be a Bucks definitely winning that division clear cut, but you know.
Boy, they can have freaking Tyrod Taylor behind center on the Buccaneers team, and they still win by like at least 3 games. That's pretty funny.
Ooh, not Tyrod Taylor.
They got Tyrod Taylor behind center. They win by at least 3 games. Oh, what a good day. That team is good. It's funny. It's pretty much loaded. Oh, it's going to be good. I can't wait to watch it. Oh, man. This season's going to be amazing.
Speaking of, let's go over division by division. Then we'll break down some college football. We have the AFC South, and the only thing most of the time I have to say about the AFC South is,
Who are these niggas?
they have a Derrick Henry. We got Matt Ryan, Jacksonville, Houston. I don't even know if I'm picking the Colts win. I guess the Titans. If Derrick Henry healthy, like I feel like the winner of the division just losing the wild card.
Now, if I'm going to look at the AFC South and keep it a bean, I'm looking at the Colts. Like, I think they are the most complete team. Like, I'm looking at Michael Pittman to have a good comeback year. Matt Ryan is a solid quarterback. You know, he got some hiccups. Yeah, he still got hiccups, but he's a solid quarterback. And mainly it's because the Titans, I think the Titans are gonna take too many steps down. Like they still got Derrick Henry, you got the Derrick Henry, but it's only running backs only gonna carry you so far. Now, can they carry you to the playoffs? Yes. But they only can carry you so far. Like we saw that with the Cowboys. And even with the Cowboys, when they was doing freaking Murray into the ground, that you still have to have some pieces around it, and them losing their number one wide receivers to draft a wide receiver, and then he got to be the number one option when you have a questionable quarterback behind center already, and then you got a number one draft pick quarterback immediately afterwards. So it's like we're preparing for the future of what could happen, but we still trying to be competitive. And it's like, and then just they got a rough schedule. Like I just got to keep it a bean. They schedule don't look good. Like to me,
first place team.
I mean, like they straight, in person, but they schedule just don't look good. Like you go past the Giants or whatever, but then you got Buffalo, you got the Raiders, you got the Colts twice a year. And I'm just sorry. Then you got the Chiefs, you got the Broncos, Bengals, Packers, Eagles. Like it's not that mid stretch for them is so rough. I could see them going like 9-8 and just not hitting double digits, going through some struggles. And so I'm looking at the Colts just with a complete team, not messing up as much, probably getting maybe like 10, 11 wins, just figuring it out with that division and being done with it. I mean, that division, yeah, it's pretty much gonna be like a wild card loss for whoever they go against. But it's possible. It's possible. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say wild card loss. It depends on the matchup. They might can get to the divisional round.
Listen, my wild cards, I'm seeing my wild card beating them unless the injuries happen.
If it's the Colts, I can see them maybe get the divisional round. Because wild cards, if we really looking at wild cards, let's be honest. If we're looking at wild cards, we're saying 2 extra teams out the thing with the AFC North with like the Ravens, Browns, maybe, and the Bengals. You're looking at 2 to 3 teams out of that division. Then you're looking at 2 and 3 teams out of the AFC, I think it's AFC West with Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers. So like I can look at wild cards, but they're wild cards for a reason. Like I'm not gonna just be like, oh, wild cards can be the 12, 13, 14 win teams. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far, but they all got to beat up on each other. I could see them maybe division right now. I'm saying Colts. Like I don't believe the Titans. I'm not like Brable. I love you. I don't believe. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer.
Holla, your thoughts? Who you got? AFC South.
AFC South. I'm gonna go. I got Colts winning that division. You know what I mean? Like they immediately already have the best QB in the division. You know what I mean? You know, Matt Ryan. Like as a Falcons fan, I know what Matt Ryan can do. You know what I mean? With a competent offensive line, which he did not have his last few years in Atlanta. That's why he looked so bad. You know what I mean? The Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. So you give him more time to pass. He's very good on the play action. So, I mean, that opens up something for your offense. Michael Pittman had his 1,000-yard season last year, so he probably going to build on that again. You know what Jonathan Taylor's going to do. I mean, Tennessee, like it's Derrick Henry a bust. We know. I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill at all. He showed in the playoffs last year that he can't be trusted. You still lost after the quarterback on the other side of the field was sacked 9 times, and you couldn't do nothing with that. No. So
that's what a combination of Julio Jones and AJ Brown. You finna go from that to Robert
Woods and Traylon Burks.
I'm not a believer.
Now, you're gonna have, one of those two gonna have to have a good season. You know what I mean? One of them. You know what I mean? You gotta throw the ball somewhere. My sleeper in that division is gonna be the Jaguars, only because they brought over Dougie P. You know what I mean? And I know he gonna switch that offense up. He gonna have Trevor Lawrence clean up some of them turnovers that he had last year, and you know I want to see if Christian work for all that money they gave. You know what I mean? Because they paid him like he an all pro. So, you know. But yeah, I'm taking Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans. That's my order for that division. Texans, I just don't believe in Davis Mills like everybody else does. I don't see what they see.
They love David Mills, bro. They love David Mills. I'm like, bro, I don't.
Team ain't good.
I'm like, my goodness. I got about the same. I got Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans. Let's go to the AFC East now. I got the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Why? Because I'm sorry, you don't have offensive coordinator. Bill, everybody keep telling me Bill's this genius guy who does this. I'm like, but he never won without Tom Brady, really. When he was with the Browns and after, it ain't been the same.
Facts.
And his defense ain't as good as it was. You can't, and then with Tom there, you can just cut everybody as your will because they make you mad or you like they getting old. But now you can't do it because you ain't got that automatic bailout. And at the end of the season, I'm being honest, people seem to caught on a little more to Mac Jones than they did at the beginning of the season when they had that good record and they was running all them games up. So I see more people catching on to Mac Jones. I don't know what he added. He could have added some stuff. He's a little athletic, but I don't really see it. Tua, that defense is. If this coach in there as good as they said it is, that defense was already on point. So if he add offensive flair that they had in the Chargers and added a little bit, well, not the Chargers, who came from last year over there in California. If he add a little bit to that with Waddle and Hill, Tua only got to be decent.
Yeah.
He only got to be decent, and I promise you, Waddle and Hill is gonna be if he's decent, Waddle and Hill is gonna cause defensive nightmare because it's not just Hill. Waddle may be just as fast as Hill.
Waddle is a
He
monster.
might even be faster.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna just see him doing this the whole time when you like, bro, this man running this way, and I'm like, bro, it's two dudes running 4-1, 4-2s out here running around. I can't keep up, coach. If this coach can coach offense in any way, which he was known for, and their defense, like I said, was already pretty good from before, I'm seeing them second, but they ain't good as that Bills team. Josh Allen, that dude. Is Josh Allen, he ain't a Super Bowl proven yet, but regular season, he that dude. He a monster. The running game is pretty good. They got them safeties back there. If they don't play Patrick Mahomes, they are always really good. I don't know what happened when they play Pat, but everybody else, they are all elite level starting Pro Bowlers. Only when they play Pat. And that probably because Travis Kelce a monster too with Tyreek Hill. But
the only thing different I have from that is, well, one, when we're talking about the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill has been questionable when it comes to route running. So that would be like the only deficit that I can give them, because it's the difference because they don't have that Kelce to split the middle of the field. So you have just two deep threats, so they got to balance that offense with some kind of middle package, which hopefully Waddle will be able to do that more than Hill, or we'll see Hill being able to evolve his game. So we'll see on that. The only difference I have to the overall standing is I got the Jets above the Patriots. The Jets have made big improvements. I actually see them coming to be a pretty decent team this year. You got Wilson got like another year under his belt. He's working off a little bit of an injury for the first couple of games of the season. Hopefully he'll be fine. But the Jets made some good improvements on offense. They drafted well, and the Patriots went down. Like, they went very down. Bill Belichick has never been a good drafter. He has never been a good person when it comes to like making that team worth something. It is literally, we've seen just been Tom Brady a bust. And Belichick's been wonderful on defense, but I see that team just being at the bottom now, which is the first time in 25 years, maybe, that the Patriots will be at the bottom of the division, but I can literally see them at the bottom of the division. And the Jets trying to make a push for second. I can see the Jets coming out 8-9 wins, surprisingly shocking a bunch of teams, just people trying to sleep on them. And if Wilson can take a step forward, everybody got to take a step forward. But, if Wilson can show he can be that number one draft pick that they wanted him to be, and actually show he got some good flashes, some good moments, they can make that work. They can actually make some noise and stuff. I'll say average 7 wins. Super surprised, just like the Lions maybe, but I could see them doing something. That's the only difference. I could just see the Patriots going just straight to the bottom. Mac Jones was not that impressive last year. We're gonna keep it a bean. It was literally the defense and Bill Belichick making them look amazing. So so I could just see them being at the bottom. That's about it. Other than that, Bills easily winning, Dolphins follow it, and then Jets and the Patriots.
I got the Bills. Bills winning the division. They got it's like I said with the AFC South. They have the best quarterback, Josh Allen, most complete team. I feel like the Patriots, they still won 10 games with that roster that they had last year. Now, yes, they did lose J.C. Jackson, which is huge. But we know Bill Belichick. He gonna plug and play somebody, and that nigga gonna become a household name by like week 6. It's just gonna happen. Mac Jones, if he took a step up as a pass, then they, I could see them making waves. It's just I don't really believe in their receiving core unless Jacoby Myers is about to become a world beater this year, but I just don't see that happening. The Dolphins, I'll take the Dolphins over the Patriots right now because I believe in the team as a whole more than I believe in New England. They got Belichick, but that offense and that defense, they're just a more complete team. I feel like Tua is definitely going to take a step up this year. You gave him one of the best targets in the NFL to throw the ball to. We seen what Jalen Waddle could do last year. You still got Mike Gesicki. You know what I mean? They added Raheem in the running game, Chase Edmond. I mean, the Dolphins might be nice. I mean, so I'll take them second, Patriots third, Jets fourth with slight improvement. I got the Jets improving. I feel like offensively they will be better this year. You know what I mean? They will be better. Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson is definitely going to add something else to that offense, but they still fourth place.
Yeah. That's gonna be a fun division to watch because I want to see because out of all our divisions, the step forward things comes very like heavy in that division. She's-
And
Lala,
who's
what's
the
your favorite
team?
team? Yeah, who's the team, Lala? Um, Next up, we get into the good divisions now. AFC North. Ooh, of course, Browns are still just gonna be the last. I don't know because if Deshaun was there, Steelers 100% be last. But with Deshaun being gone for what 12 games,
11 games,
11 games, yeah, 11 games, coming back against Houston, by the way.
which is crazy.
She said the Colts is her team. That's interesting.
We had the Colts winning the division,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
getting the playoffs. Listen, the
steady.
Colts may be a dark horse. You know what I mean? You know, Matt Ryan, they added Stephon Gilmore. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
They
That
got
team might.
they got a really good team. Mitchell Trubisky, he ain't it. I'm just here to tell you, I seen him in Chicago. He'll get hot for 2 or 3 games. Don't be shocked when he hot and everybody hype him up. Like, oh, he on now. He's showing what he could have did, and then all of a sudden it comes down because he did it with the Bears. He do it every year. He have 3 hot games where everybody hype him up to me, and then all of a sudden he just it just falls off, man. He completely falls off. The Browns, they just not a good team. They got a good running game. If they can somehow, they got some easy games to start the season, and they got to win all of them to be even in contention. They got to win all these little easy games they got early. Because once they get to that mid part of that schedule, they gonna lose like a lot in a row when they start playing I think they play the AFC West in that middle part of the schedule. Let me see their schedule. But once they get to that middle part of the schedule, it's gonna be like they play Chicago. This the previous game. Look at the full schedule. Let me get it up real quick. They got the Panthers, Jets, and Steelers and Falcons early on. They gotta get them 4 wins, dog. Because if not, they got the Chargers, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Buffalo, Tampa coming up after that. So if they don't get it early, and like I said, then they got Cincy, Miami, Buffalo, Tampa, and then they get the Houston game where Deshaun Watson come back. That's last place if you don't get them first 4 wins. So it's gonna be on how they do it early in the season. So they gotta get that done. But I see them being third place. Ravens and Bengals is what it come down to. Lamar playing, he betting on himself. He doing that Dak Prescott. Well, no, he just got his contract in. But Lamar, he trying to prove himself. So he trying to prove that MVP season. I see him on Twitter trying to prove everybody dissing him and stuff. He trying to prove that he's really elite because for some reason people like to take shots at Lamar. every chance they get, like they like, oh, he can't throw, but he's like he accurate. He just not like a super deep thrower every time. And the offense he runs probably not conducive for that. But Joe Burrow is just that dude. Like, you ever seen a dude? Joe Burrow got that it that I wasn't the man my whole life, but now I'm that guy. And he gonna wear it no matter what.
Joe Shiesty.
He got that Joe name within him. He got that what they call it, they got that dog, that dog in it. Like the dude, they was like, why he got upset. I just saw the report. He got upset that they said, why not us? It was their logo for the Super Bowl. He like, what kind of weak is this? What you mean? Why not us? I'm Joe Barrow. What you mean? Why not? I'm like,
Yeah,
this dude got
that
it.
is weak as shit though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Why
I'm like,
not?
this dude got it, dog. I'm not picking against you. You my guy now. You get mad because Cincinnati, they ain't never won nothing. So they're like, why not us? Joe Barrow, like, listen, I don't know where y'all got this from. This is not my slogan. I'm expected to win. I don't know what y'all used to. And it's a little bit of that Tom Brady too. Like he was at Ohio State, he won that dude, and then he just became that dude when he worked on his game. I can't go against it, so I'm probably gonna go Cincinnati first, unless the offense they worked on the offensive line. That's why I'm picking them first because they did not have been like Baltimore. Maybe they can get something started because that offensive line was atrocious the whole season. So, but they improved it, so I'm going with the Bengals. Hollywood.
AFC North. Yeah, usually the Super Bowl hangover is, it does exist. We do have some teams that break through that mold and don't be trashed that next year after they lose the Super Bowl. I feel like the Bengals are going to be one of those teams because they fixed what needed to be fixed the most, and that was the offensive line. Like Joe Burrow got sacked, I don't know how many fucking times in the playoffs, but it was way too much.
They
You
had
know
the
what I
Super
mean?
Bowl. They had the Super Bowl one. Hollywood. Jamar Chase open. He made Jalen Ramsey fall.
He did, and Aaron Donald said, "Nah." You know what I mean, get some new offense. If you had some competent line, they'd be champs right now.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
I'm
Just
gonna take
1 second. 1 second. Just give me
one
one more.
1 second. That's all he needed. But I'm gonna take the Bengals number one in this division. You know what I mean, I don't feel like they have the best quarterback because I feel like Lamar is the best quarterback in the division. But I'm going to take the Bengals because I feel like the team is more complete than Baltimore, so I'll take the Bengals.
Them receivers.
Ravens probably get into that wild card. I just don't believe in the Steelers right now. You know what I mean? I know that defense will be legit, but you know, is it Kenny Pickett or Mitchell Trubisky? I don't know. And then the Browns, you got Jacoby Brissett for 11 games, so more than likely by the time Deshaun comes back, they'll be 4-7, 5-6. So yeah, I got Bengals, Ravens, Steelers.
No, it's not. Now, Monterey, what do you have?
I'm going to be that guy, and I'm picking the Ravens to win this division. I really am.
Let's
Like
go.
I'm
Lamar
not.
we trust.
No, I mean, I'm keeping it a bean. I can remember last year when Lamar had a team full of injuries and was 8-3, leading the entire league. And people was wondering how this man, like, how was he not believed in? I can remember that. Also, I'm remembering the Bengals won the division with 10-7. It wasn't that impressive. Like a lot of the injuries they had a lot of injuries all over their division, and they was able to squeak out of it. Now, did they improve their offensive line? Yes. Do I think that's going to equate miraculously to them just being dominant? No. I don't. I'm not seeing the Bengals just being this dominant team that's going to get away with like what 14-3. Like all of a sudden they finna be like the Kansas City Chiefs for the last 4 years. I'm not seeing it. Like Burrow took his step forward, so it's like we know what to expect from him. Like if he don't get sacked in the pocket as much, that team could easily get a couple more wins, but the entire division just got more rough. Like it ain't just them. Like their division just got rough. And then I'm like, we talking like their schedule isn't that easy either. Like if I remember correctly, like I'm just like, wait a second. Like I'm not gonna be one of the guys that's gonna put the Bengals just massively on top of everybody in their division. When their division easily could be like the AFC West and just beat each other up. Now they're I mean they got the Chiefs, they got the Bucks, they have the Ravens twice a year, they have the Steelers twice a year, they have the Browns twice a year, which some of them come late in the year. They also got the Buffalo Bills. They also have the Saints, who I'm not gonna sleep on. They have the Dolphins. They have teams that they are gonna be playing square up against themselves. And I'm not gonna be just this. Okay, they go on a miraculous run Just because like their quarterback shouldn't be as sacked, all of a sudden they're just gonna be 14-3. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the Ravens, who were a dominant team in their division for the last 2 years, who were 8-3 with an entire roster full of injuries. All their roster come back. They improved slightly more, and Lamar either playing for a contract or will be on a contract, and hopefully they don't get injured. And arguably, we can say possibly that Lamar got his own notch for being the best quarterback in their division. I'm not gonna go that far and just be like, oh, the Bengals gonna win with these. I'm not gonna ride these Super Bowl hopes and dreams. If I'm not even picking the Bengals to come out the AFC, why would I pick them to just dominate their division when their division is probably the second hardest in the entire AFC? Why would I pick them to dominate their division? I can't even pick them to win the playoffs. So now I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna just ignore Lamar like that. I'm gonna give Lamar his props, a former MVP, somebody who was literally putting his team on his back and beating the best teams of the year last year. I'm just gonna say the Ravens win. I even say it's close. I say the Ravens probably pull like 12 wins out of a grimy season and pull out the not the number one seed maybe, but pull out their division. I'll go that far. I give them 12 wins and say pull it out. The Bengals, I can give them one more win on top of what I would have gave them last year, because last year they won some coin flip games. Like, do we remember the Packers game where nobody could shoot a field goal through the hoop? Do I remember the Chiefs game where they had to pull 2 touchdowns out of 5 minutes out the crack of their behind, and the Chiefs so I'm not just gonna go miraculous and be like, oh, the Bengals just gonna dominate. Nah, I'm not going that far. I'm gonna go to Ravens. I'm gonna say they win their division, 12 wins.
True, that's gonna be a good one. Now let's get to the AFC West. Oh, this is the good division right here. This is the hard one. But we already kind of discussed it, so we're not going to go into full detail. I'm going to say, I feel like Patrick Mahomes got something to prove, because Tyreek Hill was talking a little trash on his podcast. And I feel like the running game is a lot better. Andy Reid, for the love of God. If y'all watched any of my previous shows, I know it's been months. But I'll tell you, been here. Andy Reid, for the love of God, please run the ball. Don't do no fake 3 reverses, fakes, passes. You love that fake sack. I'm like, bro, please. They did it in the playoffs they tried to run a reverse pass screen to Tyreek Hill and he was short. I'm like, why you just didn't run the ball? It's right there. Why are you doing triple reverse passes in the red zone at the goal line and losing the game by a touchdown? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? No, I'm saying just run the ball. Please just do it. You ain't got Tyreek Hill no more. Please just run the ball. Juju is a big target, so he's a little different. I don't think Patrick ever had just like a pure big target that he could throw. Like, besides Nicole Hartman got to step up. He did have Sammy Watkins that time, but Sammy Watkins was more of a kind of a speed receiver. He got older, so he wasn't the same speed receiver. But I think they got something to prove. I think Spag got that secondary. He got a little new secondary. I want to see how they work without Tyrann Mathieu, but the whole secondary a little bit improved. The corners are way better, and that's because they grew last year. It didn't even get new corner. It just because at the beginning of the year they was awful, and then at the end of the year they got so much work in that they actually became pretty good. I'm just going with the devil I know in this situation. I'm just going with in a hard division to pick. I'm going with the devil I know, and I know Pat Mahomes and what he do. My second pick would be, again, I got to go with my gut. My gut say Chargers, even though I want to pick the Broncos, and then the Broncos and the Raiders. I want to say the Broncos second, but I'm going with the Chargers because it's something in my gut. You got to go with your gut sometimes, Hollywood.
Got to go with the gut sometimes.
Yeah. So who you got, Hollywood, AFC West?
AFC West, I'm going to go with Patrick. State Farm Mahomes. I got the Chiefs coming out of the division. I feel like they go win about 12 games. 11 to 12 games should win that division. I do feel like Patrick is coming with a chip on his shoulder because Tyreek Hill has been talking really crazy. Like,
really
like Tua is on Patrick's level, which is, I understand you got to big up your new quarterback. You got to give him that confidence. But, like, come on, bro. Come on. You didn't become who you were until Patrick Mahomes got there. Like,
You had
I
Alex Smith
could,
decent.
yeah, he was, but he wasn't. Tyreek didn't look like Tyreek with Alex Smith.
What
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
we didn't even know he existed when Alex Smith was there. You know what I mean? So I got the Chiefs because I feel like Patrick got that chip on his shoulder. Also, Sammy Watkins said something about Aaron Rodgers is on a whole different level than Patrick Mahomes. So I'm pretty sure that got in his ear too. You know what I mean? So he's just gonna want to prove them wrong. The defense improved. You still got Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? Still got Travis Kelce. I do agree that Andy Reid run the ball, bro. Like stop with the bullshit. Run the ball up the middle. You know what I mean? That can set you up with the play action. You can hit Valdez Scantling, who has speed. You know what I mean, so you still be able to, throw your bombs every once in a while. I want to see what Scott Moore does as a rookie. I feel like that's a good pick right there. And then second place, I'm going to go. I got the Broncos. I mean, I got the Broncos number 2. They added Russell Wilson. That's all. That's really all they needed was a quarterback. The running game is there. We know the defense is legit. You know what I mean, you got Surtain Jr. back there. You know what I mean, Bradley Chubb. You know what I mean, the defense is legit. And then the running game with Javonte Williams. Third place, I'm going to go Chargers. I feel like the additions of Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, going to bolster that defense. We know what Justin Herbert's going to do. I get them about 10 wins. And then last place, I'm going to go to Raiders. I feel like last place in that division to be 9-8. And I got the Raiders 9-8. So
Monroe.
So I'm gonna be that guy again. I'm gonna first and foremost say I think the Chargers will win this division. I'm just gonna come out right and say it. I think the Chargers, J.C. Jackson, combined with Khalil Mack, that defense took such a massive step forward. And their defense wasn't horrible last year. It wasn't horrible, but it could be improved. I see that team like really taking a massive step forward. They already proved they can beat the Chiefs. They had already proved they can hang with the best teams in the league. Justin Herbert, everybody already has him as a star. Like we know he can do the job. He just needs to be able to prove he can get the job done close to the end of the season. Him and Brandon Staley is the only reason this team won't be a top 4 seed in their entire AFC. That Brandon Staley will be the only reason. If he screws up like last year with these 4th down plays and trying to treat the game like it's Madden instead of it's the NFL, if you want to keep doing that, then they'll be freaking 10-7 struggling to make a playoff run. If they put their knots together, because there is no reason that with J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, they possibly have one of the best pass rushers or defense in their entire division. Like they possibly have the best defense in their division. They already have a top tier offense anyway. Picking up a good running back to go with Austin Eckler, which is wonderful. Like God knows, they already had Joey Bosa, so their edge rushing is finna make all their running backs in their division run for their life. And I really could see them winning their division. Like if they don't screw around on 4th down, and Herbert is secure with the ball and just makes good plays, I can see them win the division. I can see the Chargers coming away with 12 wins easily. 12 wins. I ain't gonna say 13. It just depends on how much they improve. I can see that defense holding them in games. And Justin Herbert, because they don't have the turnovers that screwed them up last year, and they just more secure with the ball, I can see them easily pulling 12, 13 wins, something like that. Second, I'm sitting here trying to. That's the problem. Second, I'll really.
excuse me.
Dang, that's tough, man. Second, I guess I would say. I guess I'll just go and say that. I can't do it. Screw that. Second, I'm gonna say the Broncos. I could see the Broncos being second in this division just because the improvement that a good quarterback can make your team turn. I mean, last time the Broncos had a good team, they turned friggin' Demaryius Thomas into a number 1 wide receiver for an entire year when Peyton Manning went there. Like, just a good quarterback can turn mid-level receivers that nobody think about to where now we might be looking 13 games down the road and being like, how is Cortland Sutton not a top 5 wide receiver on anybody's fantasy league? because he could be blazing up things. Like, so I could see that, and like the Broncos was a fine team, they were a straight team. I could see them being second, securing some good wins. They can clutch out some stuff in their division, because the bottom two teams, I don't trust Derek Carr enough. I don't trust Derek Carr enough. I like Derek Carr. I think he's solid. Has he had a top tier number one receiver like this? No. But has he had a good receiving core? Yes. He has had a good receiving core at times. So I can't just be like, you know, he hasn't had opportunities. It's just they haven't been secure. So and they got to starting a new head coach as well. I can't buy them right now. I can't buy them just because of the quarterback as much. And then I could see the Chiefs being third. No, I'm gonna lead the Raiders down, even though I feel like the Raiders on paper are better than the Chiefs. But the Chiefs, we are all looking at Patrick Mahomes for fun, because I'm not gonna act like Andy Reid has run the ball in the past. He hasn't. He's forgotten his run game. I'm not gonna act like they have a number one wide receiver right now. They don't. They have Travis Kelce, who's going to be double and triple teamed all game, because now I don't have to worry about somebody running a 4.4 or above in the backfield, sprinting down, running past two of my safeties. I don't have to worry about that, because Marquez Valdez-Scantling ain't tearing up nobody's scoreboard, before the season starts. Now, I respect him. Hopefully he do good before the season starts. No freaking McCall Hartman has never been somebody that we just afraid of on defense. And I'm just supposed to take like these, and my bad. And I got Mr. Making Twitch and Twitters and stuff himself. I gotta look at Juju.
He on your app, Monte. He on TikTok.
I gotta look at Juju Smith-Schuster. Who
dancing
was
on
good
your anime.
he wasn't the number one option. But when he's the number one option, don't even put a drop in the bucket of water. And this is the receiving core. I love Patrick Mahomes. This is the receiving core that I gotta look at to have them do better than what they did last year. Because last year they made it to the AFC Championship game. And this receiving core supposed to be better. Their defense has always been questionable. I'm not gonna act like Steve Spagnuolo hadn't screwed up half the time in the beginning of the season. And they have to play catch up for the next 7 games to try to put runs together. And now they don't have these easy 7-game runs before they schedule and stuff get hard. No, the entire AFC is gonna be rough. And I'm just like,
in Pat we trust. Hey,
thanks. In Mahomes we trust. You know what I mean?
The Chiefs to be dominant, they got to show that I don't have a receiver, because Mahomes has always had that Kelce Hill connection from ever since he got into the league. And so now you got to show your bread that you can make receivers better. Like Aaron Rodgers can make receivers better.
Hey, Mahomes 6-1 without him.
With 3, also in this division has never had as good defense on paper as it does now. Like everybody got better on pass rush, everybody got better on defensive end, everybody got better on safety. And I got to look at now your division is going to be 6 rough games. Then the rest of the AFC is going to be rough games. And then you play the Bills. It's possible the Chiefs might not even get 10 wins. If they just don't show that same dominance under Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs could not make the playoffs. This is a reality. Possible reality, because it's just so rough in the AFC. Like, they made it because we forgetting when the Chiefs like 3-4, 4-4 last year, and the AFC wasn't as good as it is now. And then they went on that beautiful run because the defense on the horrible teams they played for 7 straight games. They playing an Aaron Rodgers-less Packers team. They playing a Giants team that they won by a point. Man.
I mean, but you got to beat who in front of you.
Yeah, I don't blame them for being in front of them. But now it's like, okay, they don't have that beautiful 7-game stretch now. Now it's just, you got to show that you work. You got to show that you earn it. You got to get this win. You got to get this work. You got to get in the mud. Like, please. I'm looking. Lamar Jackson, the Bengals, the Bills, your division, and whoever else we're going to put in front of them. Okay.
Listen, the one thing I know is Pat Mahomes been the most Super Bowl than all of them.
Listen.
That's an amazing stat, though, by the way. Outside of Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, ain't he the only quarterback that been to 2 Super Bowls? I'm trying to think.
He went to 2.
I'm sorry.
That's starting. I'm like, that's incredible how young he is. He the only quarterback that had multiple Super Bowl appearances.
Like
Russell Wilson. I forgot about Russell Wilson.
I'm not trying to be mean. The Chiefs, I think, have the toughest schedule in the NFL, if I remember correctly. I'm not lying, because like the Cardinals, the Chargers, Colts, Buccaneers, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans. That's their first 9 games. They don't have an easy schedule. That's what like I'm looking like they have a lesser team and a rough schedule the entire year.
Man,
I'm not seeing that. If Pat Mahomes got to be
still, as long as you got 15, they good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got 15.
They got the Cardinals Sunday. They can get
That's
that
a
off.
win.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got the Chargers. That's the division. They can get that. They got the Colts. Then they got the
They
Bucks.
could be 3-0 out the rip.
You know what I'm saying?
y'all
And
got
then
more faith
They
in
could
me.
be 3-0 out the gate.
Y'all got more faith
they
in
do
me.
got
I
the
don't see
Texans and the
3-0.
Jaguars and the
I don't see
Titans
3-0.
so later
I
on in
don't
the
see 3-0.
season.
I don't see
So
3-0. Like Colts, Cardinals, and who?
Chargers.
And
That's
Chargers.
three. That's
3-0.
3 winnable games. That's 3 winnable games.
Every game is winnable. Of course, they're winnable. I got a Tyreek Hill-less team, unproven wide receivers, and Travis Kelce. And I got a Chargers team.
Yo, 6-1 without Tyreek. 0-2 without Travis Kelce.
This ain't the same league. This ain't the same
I mean,
league.
8 touchdowns to 1 interception without Tyreek Hill. So
Yeah.
it ain't like he fall off a cliff
against
without
bum
Tyreek.
teams.
Listen, all I need, listen, I'm a Philadelphia fan from Mississippi. This is strange. Hollywood is from Philadelphia, so this is very interesting. But I am. That's the thing.
I'm from Philly and I'm a Falcons fan. So
I'm saying.
You're gonna have to show me that you don't need Tyreek Hill and that you can still be a dominant Chiefs team. And Steve Spagnuolo is still gonna be slipping up on defense for the first half of your season. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to show me. Like, show me.
That's Pat job, man.
I ain't saying he ain't.
I feel like they're gonna miss Tyreek a little bit, but Patrick Mahomes is just so good that I don't feel like it's really gonna make that much of a difference. Like he's just that good at throwing the football. Like
if you like how
he can be good.
He's about to turn Juju or one of those 3 out of Juju, Valdez Scanlon, and Sky Moore. He's about to turn one of them into a star this year. One of them is going to be a star.
10 wins ain't winning that division. Like they got to be dominant. 10 wins ain't winning that division. Like you got to show me that.
Like I said, as a Philly fan, Andy Reid has made me sick my whole life. This man make me. I have never, bro. You got Brian Westbrook. Give him the ball, bro. What are you doing? Every year, I'm saying NFC Championship team. And the reason I'm a Philly fan is because Allen Iverson and Donovan McNabb, like he didn't see black quarterback, so I was supporting Donovan McNabb and Vic as much as I could. I don't know if you remember around the early 2000s, it ain't like it is now, where you see a bunch of black. No, it was Donovan McNabb and Vic.
So you had Vic McNabb and Steve McNair. That was about it.
And I love Steve McNair. He from Mount Olive. His brother dated my sister and all that stuff. I love him to death too. So I love the Titans. They were my AFC team. But NFC was Michael Vick and Donovan McNabb. And I show love. But then Philly had AI too. And I love AI. So I'm like, I'm rocking with Philly.
Shout out to Bubba Chuck.
Yeah, so I love them. So that and Andy Reid forever would just run random reverses until he didn't have receivers.
Screen passes with running game in Philly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all he did. And I'm like, bro, just run the ball. Get your running back for once.
No honey badger, man. No honey badger, man.
Hey, they got his replacement is good though. That dude can play safety. He a little different than Honey Badger though. He more of a coverage safety than Honey Badger. Honey Badger more of a Roman safety.
They're gonna have to show me. I'm not a believer that you can lose like your number 1 wide receiver and arguably your most trusted defender, and we just cool.
Hey, listen, Chris Jones, Mississippi, the number 1 defender.
I gotta see it. Like I'm not saying they're not gonna be good. I can see them easily still getting double digits, but 10 wins ain't winning their division. Not this time around. Like you still have the target on your head from a Super Bowl 2 years in a row. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that they just gonna be fine and still get 14 wins and just the number 1 seed or number 2 seed and just be fine. I'm not buying it. Not with this AFC.
14 wins a little too much. I got them.
He definitely he's not getting 14. I don't think nobody in the division getting 14. If you get 14 in that division, you're a dog.
They got to show me that one.
You're a dog.
I think the division winner is getting 11 or 12 wins in that division. Maybe 11 or 12.
And a bunch of people fighting for second and the wild card at 10 and 9. So,
They gotta show me that.
we got the easier division to pick now, so we might not even have to spend much time on this. NFC East, I already said the Eagles. Eagles first, Cowboys second. It don't matter about the Giants or Commanders. They trash.
No love for Danny Dimes over here.
They trash. That's it. What y'all got? It don't even matter what place they in. They last in the whole.
I'm actually gonna go with the Eagles to win this division this year. I really think Jalen Hurts is gonna take that step up to be actually a competent passing quarterback. Like, we know what he can do with his legs, but we remove Jalen Reagor, we remove Arcega-Whiteside, two non-catching ass niggas. You know what I mean? You got AJ Brown, you got Monte Smith, you still got Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders is there, Kenneth Gainwell. Like, the offense is solid, and the defense, you know, you added Jordan Davis in the draft, the Kobe Dean. The Eagles defense is always gonna be legit. That's number one team in that division. I got them winning 11, maybe 12 games. You know what I mean? I feel like the Eagles got that division. Number two, it's the Cowboys. I mean, I just like the Cowboys lost way too much for me to put them like we talk about how much the Chiefs lost, but the Cowboys, you lose Amari Cooper for nothing. You know what I mean? You let Randy Gregory walk. You know what I mean? They lost a lot. I mean, but they still good enough to win second place. So I got them at like 9-8, maybe 10-7. The Commanders third. Carson Wentz should probably get them 7 to 8 games, maybe. You know what I mean? And then the Giants are the Giants. I'm rooting. I like the picks of Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau. I hope that, you know, they could start shaping the roster, you know, build a winning culture over there. But yeah, Giants, they coming in the rear. They last place.
All problem I have with is the Eagles. I'm scared they might get injured. So that's one thing that worried me about them. But over under, y'all, before we go to Monte and his pick, over under Carson Wentz playing 5 games without spraining both his ankles.
I'm gonna go under.
He tried to run over Aaron Donald and sprain both his ankles. That's the wild. I'm like, why did you try to drop your shoulder against Aaron Donald and then sprain both your ankles on the same play? That is the wildest thing I've ever heard. In the rest we trust.
I mean, I think it's consistent. I think the Eagles can win this division. Jalen Hurts take even a slight step forward. They good. They don't have to do much. I don't even think they need 12 wins. Now, do I think they're gonna get 12 wins? Honestly, no. Like, just the NFC East. I don't think nobody gonna get 12 wins. But 10 wins can win you that division. I think they can get 10. 10 to get you in. So I can get that, especially if they split the difference with the Cowboys, like I expect. You know, them all to beat up on each other. The Commanders to look around and get a win some kind of way somewhere in there. So, like, I'm a believer in all of it. I really am. The Cowboys, I feel like they don't lost too much. They are just a mess waiting to happen on every standing. It'll be an interception here, a fumble here, bad running game here. Dak beats up on the weaker teams. He gets a strong team. He struggles 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, some crap like that. So it doesn't surprise me. Then we got the Commanders. You know, they'll be around. You know, good defense, solid offense. You know, at times I think they'll squeak away about 8-1. You know, give them a tie somewhere, and then the Giants will be looking in the first round draft picks for next season.
Next division, the NFC Packers. I mean, NFC North. We have Green Bay. I don't care what they lost. Aaron Rodgers in it, and look who everybody else got. We can, like I said, I'm gonna speak. Y'all gonna hear more. I'm letting them talk because you're not gonna hear from them as much on this channel, but you're gonna hear from me every week. Well, I don't know. You might hear from Hollywood a little more, but you ain't gonna hear from me. You gonna hear from me all the time. So I'm gonna let Monte get and Hollywood get what they got to say. All. So NFC North, who y'all got?
Let's go ahead and be that guy. I think it's going to be closer than people think between the Packers and Vikings. The Vikings have been solid. No, the entire way going. They have always been a solid team. They've always played the Packers well, and they've always found the way to like split the difference. So, and the same questions. If we look at Pat Mahomes and be like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes, he'll be fine." You know, he missing his number one wide receiver, and he ain't gonna have no problems. If we looking at that, but we making question marks on Aaron Rodgers, no, multiple time MVP of the regular season. We gonna have questions on him, but they don't make sense to me. So
I just said
if
he
I'm
getting
gonna
momentum.
have questions about one, I'm gonna have questions on the other. So I'm gonna have questions on Patrick Mahomes. I got questions on Aaron Rodgers. Not only just the fact that he misses his number one wide receiver. What do you have to throw to? Like we like Alan Lazard for the win. Who's scared of Alan Lazard? Like he gonna have to come out and be a star. Like we looking at him like we finna be looking at CeeDee Lamb. Like it's a bunch of wide receivers in the league now that we finna be like, okay, y'all finna have to earn this bread. Because these are the number one threats that's been keep y'all on the wraps and carrying y'all, they gone. So like now they finna have to earn their bread. And if I have questions on Pat, I'm gonna have questions on the Packers. So if they take a step down offensively, now he did do good in the one game against the Cardinals. You know, they looked around and won without Devontae Adams. And nobody throws to literally, but still, a whole season of that is a bit different. So the Vikings always been playing them rough. I can see them going tit for tat the whole way going. I'm gonna go off of recent consistency and just say the Packers still squeak it by like a couple of games. But I can see the Vikings playing them really close to be second. And then nobody else in that division matters. You know, if I got to pick somebody. Matter of fact, if I'm gonna be real, I got the Lions third. I'm gonna say the Lions can squeak away about 6-7 games. They made some good improvements. You know, you got your head coach trying to bite at kneecaps and everything and doing what we got to do to get some wins. So I'm gonna be frank and say I think the Lions can squeak by about maybe 6-7 wins, something like that. Like just get some surprises on some teams, just to be bad, not as bad.
Dan Campbell gonna bark at some people, scare him when they can't drop the ball.
Yeah, and then the Bears are just a abomination. I love Justin Fields. I wanted Justin Fields to go to a good situation to show that he could play in this league. He's shown flashes last year, but that team just lost everything. They don't got nothing. It's horrible offensively. It's horrible defensively. Head coach is Jesus. So I look, bro. Like I don't know what you want from me. Like I'm sorry, Bears fans. It's not gonna be a pleasant year to watch. You know, I'm really sorry. I don't really know what else to tell y'all. We just gonna look at Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles, and we're just gonna look forward to the 2023 season.
Hope you get a lot of draft picks. They work out.
I'm telling Bears fans are not going to be happy, bro. There's going to be some flashes of Justin Fields when they play the Lions and stuff, but it's not going to be a pretty season, bro. Over under 5 wins for the Bears. It's not going to be pretty.
I got this might be a hot take. I don't know, but I got the Vikings winning that division, bro. You know what I mean?
Close.
I'm taking Minnesota to win that. The new coach, Zimmer, is out the door. You know, reportedly he didn't like Kirk Cousins like that. You know what I mean? And it I don't know, maybe the new rapport between coach and quarterback will get them together. I do feel like them switching to more of an offensive mindset, you know what I mean, benefits them greatly. Like you got the weapons. You got Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, who I believe after this year will be the best receiver in the NFL. You know what I mean? You got Irv Smith. You finally get to see him. Kyle Rudolph is going. You know what I mean? You just got Jalen Reagor. I don't know what that does for you, but maybe that helps you. But just with the weapons I said before them, I feel like Minnesota, they got it. Green Bay, you lost too much. You know what I mean? You arguably lost the best receiver in the NFL. You know what I mean? Alan Lazard is probably the weakest number one in the league. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, we get to see what the rookies do.
The Bears got a weak one too.
Oh yeah. You get to see the rookies though, with the Packers, who Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. One of those two, Aaron Rodgers is gonna make one of those two a star. I'm banking on Christian Watson. Like he'll be the guy. He has the speed and a nice catch radius. They say. Second team, the Packers. Third, I'm gonna go with the Lions. You know, they're much improved. and much improved. DeAndre Swift, I feel like he's gonna have a monster year. We know what St. Brown is. You know, they just got what's it, Jamison Williams. I mean, so that team should improve. They're definitely gonna win. They definitely won't be winless as long as they were last year. And then last, it's the Bears, man. Like that team is just so like
God.
they're just so putrid on offense. Like I'm telling you, I've done a ton of fantasy drafts and I haven't drafted no one from Chicago because I don't have faith.
Hollywood Dante Pettis week 1 is gonna be their one receiver. Last year he had 10 receptions for 87 yards total. He number 1 because Pringle hurt. Pringle is from y'all know Pringle, the 4th receiver for Kansas City.
I thought they still had Darnell Mooney.
Mooney,
Or is he hurt?
Oh yeah, he had. I forgot they had. I forgot they doing nickel now. They number 1. I take that bet. They might be better than what's his name.
Like the only person that may be worth picking up is David Montgomery, but then again, he might get hurt like he always do. So, you know what I mean? Like if you believe Justin Fields is about to take a quantum leap this year, then you know what I mean, more power to you. But I just do not see it happening. You know what I mean? Because the weapons, he doesn't have any weapons. You know what I mean? And then last year he wasn't even able to get the ball to Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson is actually a good quality wide receiver. He couldn't do nothing with it.
For his life, he ran.
No offensive line, no receiver.
No, the Bears, they'll be lucky. Like I'm a Falcons fan, and I think we might be the worst team in the league, but that team might be right behind us. But as bad as they are on offense, you know what I mean? I'm praying for Justin Fields. I'm hoping.
I think y'all know.
But yeah, I got Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears. I got the Vikings winning with I believe they go 11-6.
We have the NFC South. After this, we're gonna talk about who we got week 1 real quick, and then we're gonna talk a little college football. Then we getting out of here. I'm gonna surprise people because I feel like we've been in line with most of what people pick. Well, outside the hard division like AFC West, I'm gonna go with the Saints in the South with Tampa Bay getting there with 10 wins, but I picked the Saints to get 11. I don't know what it is about Tom Brady can't beat the Saints. I don't know what it is. It don't matter who their quarterback it is. It don't matter who go in the game. It don't matter it don't seem like it matter who the coach is. Sean Payton could be sick and gone with you remember he got sick that time? They still lost to the Saints. I'm like, bro, why come Tom Brady can't beat the Saints? But I'm gonna pick the Saints. I think Jameis gonna act. People forget the Saints was 6-1 when Jameis played. With it 5-1, 6-1 when Jameis played. So I think he'll be healthy this year. The roster got the defense, still the defense. They still got their defensive coordinator. I'm interested to see how the offense work without Sean Payton. Is he just this genius, or did he just run a good offense? I think they're gonna run a similar offense. So I'm looking forward to seeing Panthers and Atlanta. I'll talk about them next week. Like I said, this y'all show today, y'all. I'm here every week. Y'all got. How the hood?
Oh no, you can go ahead, Hollywood.
No, NFC South, Buccaneers, clear winner. You know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna win 13, maybe 14, 13 or 14. Tampa Bay. You know, they're just the most complete team in that division. The defense is stacked still. You add Julio Jones to that offense. You know, I feel like he probably going to have a bounce back year. And you know Brady is going to give him the targets. He's going to treat him like he did AB. And we know Julio is not going to go crazy. Antonio Brown is. So he'll appreciate those targets. You know what I mean? Second place, I'm going to go New Orleans. They're obviously the second best team in that division. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see what Jameis is going to do. I've been watching a lot of sports shows, and for some reason, Jameis is a dark horse MVP candidate this year. You know, you got Jarvis Landry, Kamara, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. Like, he got weapons.
Matthew, you know what I mean? With that defense already good. Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu with that defense. You know what I mean? I can see Saints definitely going to be a wild card team. Third place, you know what I mean? This may be biased, but I'm going Atlanta because fuck Carolina. You know what I mean? Atlanta, we gonna be third. I'm calling it now because of Mariota's injury history. Desmond Ritter will probably be starting by like week 8, week 9. You know what I mean? Which I'm completely fine with because I feel like he's the best quarterback in that draft, and we got it. You know what I mean? Drake London going to ball out. Kyle Pitts definitely going to have way more than one touchdown this year. You know what I mean? He will be a top 5 tight end by the end of the season. And then last place in Carolina. You know, yeah, they got Baker, but who cares?
Monte.
I mean, I'm gonna go to Buccaneers. Now, the thing about I'm not gonna go so high. I say like 12, a good medium for 12 wins. Would probably still get like 12 to 13 wins. I'm not gonna go as high as the 14 with like number 1 seed, only because by the time it's undefeated, eventually it's going to catch the quarterbacks and stuff. Will Tom Brady be caught this year? Who knows? But you know, that's always something that you have to put in the back of your mind. Like, what if he takes a step back or something like that? Now, I ain't saying like fall off the cliff, just a step back. Because you know he was runner up for MVP last year, so he was wonderful, and they made the system work. So that's one thing. I'm not really looking at that, but they also swapped out head coaches. Like Bruce Arians got retired, out the door. But another good black coach, so and Todd Bowles has been a minute since his debacle in Jetland. The Jets was just the Jets. So it is a new system that's gonna be implemented. Tom Brady still mostly running it, but it's still somewhat new. We'll see what Todd Bowles got behind the tank, which means a new defensive coordinator. So we got to see how the defense is gonna work that out in the beginning of the season. Working in Julio, working out the Antonio Brown situation. So we gotta get it, and then Chris Godwin got to work back from the ACL injury he had at the end of last year as well. So the beginning of the season could be a little bit shaky for the Buccaneers starting out, but I think they'll round out in the form, by like week 5, 6. Get them the first few games to get the new head coach, new defensive, get the people back in together, get Chris Godwin, his knees back on them for some games. And I think they'll round out in the form fine, and they'll probably round it at like 12 wins, maybe 13, something like that. Saints, I think they're good. Michael Thomas would not have played in 2 years, so he has to show the number 1 capabilities. That's a lot, bro. Like,
Slant man.
It's a lot, bro. Like, he went from having possibly the most targets in the entire league, getting paid.
That man caught 300 slants in 2 years.
Like, missing. You know what I said? Like, bro, most targets, and now him and like Jameis Winston have no chemistry. They haven't played a game together. Like they have not played together. So they have no chemistry together because he hasn't played in 2 years. Jameis ain't played in a year. Well, I can say, yeah, Jameis ain't played in like half the season, had to work in the off season. So both of them coming back from injuries. Both of them got to depend on each other to try to get over this hump to score some points because like I love the Saints, but I don't believe the Buccaneers are gonna let them squeak by with just 9 points and get a win. I like the season, anything can happen, sure. I don't think it's happening twice. Combined with the fact Sean Payton is not there. I love, their new head coach. Sean Payton has been the reason that the Saints have been something to talk about for 10 years. 10 to 20 years. I'm not just going to act like Sean Payton going missing and going on hiatus for a year and they're just going to be fine. Like, no, that's going to be a step from head coaching. I'm not going to say a step down or anything because, the new head coach has been serving under him for a number of years and we'll see how that goes. But it's a lot that they got to manage. My quarterback coming back, my number 1 wide receiver hopefully coming back, new head coach. They got to work all that together in. And so I think they could easily be a good wild card team. It's just they got to work all that together, and we're going to see how this is going to work. So I'm going to give them second because they got to put a lot together. They got to put a lot together. The head coach, number 1 wide receiver, and your quarterback all got to come together. I'm going to give them second. And then for third and fourth, I got a coin here. I'm going to flip the coin for the Panthers. That's going to be who I look at. So you got tails. So tails, I'm picking the Panthers to be third. I'm picking the Panthers to be fourth. That's how I feel about it. It's literally a coin flip. Whether I look at Baker Mayfield and the debauchery that is the offense of the Panthers with freaking Sam Darnold behind there, only because of, matter of fact, I'm going to be real. If CMC, Christian McCaffrey, if he can stay healthy,
yeah,
they can get third if he can stay
That's
healthy.
a big
He'll
if.
be better than any offensive piece on the Atlanta. Like if he can stay healthy.
Him and
Now the
Saquon,
odds
boy.
based on recent history, it's slim to none. They're like us believing that he gonna play 17 games. But I would love it because I love for everybody in the league and in sports to be healthy. I hate injury, but Christian McCaffrey has a horrible injury history, so just the likelihood is not high. But hopefully, he's able to play a good, consistent amount of games and keep them in games, and they can work off play action and everything. So I say they're third, and then I got Kyle Pitts, I got Cordell Patterson. Marcus Mariota is there. They don't really have much else, so it's hard for me to see them getting over third. But I do think if the Panthers screw around, Christian McCaffrey had to sit out for a game or two, they can easily fall to fourth. Baker, unless Baker Mayfield shows that he is the future, he's here. Yeah.
In the red zone, I'm telling you, we're gonna be. You got Pitt 6'6".
I believe.
I mean, you got Jake London like 6'4", 6'5". He just
it's a dog.
They got to get to the red zone. That's 60 yards you got to travel before you get to the red zone. They got to get to this red zone first. That's 60 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, if only we had Calvin Ridley, but
Yeah. Speaking of sports bet, I'm trying to put together a team to come on this page and talk about sports bet. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about it, so I ain't finna go put y'all through something I don't know about. So I'm trying to put some people that know about sports betting together, put them on this channel. It's not our main channel, so I appreciate y'all for watching on this channel. If you want to go check out our main channel, I'll put the stuff below what comes on under it. All the little playlists or whatever you like is set up perfectly, so you can go find whatever shows you like. If you like reviews on TV shows, we have it. We got The Power, Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. We got a WWE review we call it Just a Fan Wrestling. We have a Man Cave for like Men Problem Podcast. You see, Make It Make Sense. They got their playlist. Everybody got a playlist on here, so I got it separated so you can go find it easier if you just go to the Overall 99 Media channel. Trying to make it easier for y'all to search things. And like I said, I'm want to try to put a sports betting people. I had a group together, but they don't really hit it up because it's tough to find people to do stuff on every week. So I'm trying to find somebody to actually know because I'm not gonna tell y'all what to bet on. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna be real with you. I know sports, but sports betting ain't quite my thing on numbers and stuff. I just know who I know gonna win. I'm usually right, but I don't know if they're gonna win by 3 or 10. Ain't quite my cup of tea. So we're gonna try to set that up.
Don't do the Calvin Ridley. Don't be on the team and bet on the team.
Get more time than a bunch of people that do some heinous crimes.
Right, you get more time than you know what? Never mind.
That dude I still don't know how that dude from Seattle. They had to cut him after a while. He was still on the team. They're like, "Oh, he got 3 games." I'm like, "Bro, didn't he beat his black wife to?" We ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, and then talking about, "Oh, you still alive?" That was sick. He like, "Oh, you still alive?" I'm like, "This eating breakfast, bro." How the hell that was sick?
I know the story. It was. I'm surprised he was even. None of his black teammates beat his ass. I know I would have.
I'm like, this dude, what? But we don't. But the league is strange. The Seahawks had to get rid of him. The league didn't even do it. Yo, listen, this is a bad look for us. We have one more. We have one more division. Then we're gonna go in the individual game. Then we're gonna talk about college football. Then we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully, we try not to get this at 2 hours. But hey, look, we like Skip Bayless now. Except for I don't talk about LeBron every day. That man is talking about Brandy and Bryce right now, talking about how they ain't that good. I'm like, bro, you are obsessed, bro. This not even basketball season.
He's still gonna have his career to talk. Now he can just focus on Bronny and Bryce once Bron retire. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, Jordan Kidd won. He got Scottie Pippen won. Woo! Yo, Michael Jordan got the ultimate dub.
Hell. Get somebody get your girl, man. Get your girl.
Hey, it's the Mississippi in me, I tell you, though. It's the Mississippi in me. We have the NFC West. Rams.
NFC West.
Rams. Cardinals gonna start out 6-0, and they're gonna trick y'all, and then they're gonna lose every game after. That's how they do. Once the new Madden come out, hey, they literally got a stat that when Madden come out, the Cardinals start losing. Have y'all seen it? A dude put together a stat when the new Madden come out after a few weeks that they start losing. I'm like, Kyler Murray, this can't be
Because
true.
Kyler Murray, he be playing that damn Madden. Don't be getting, he ain't studying his playbook like he's supposed to. I mean, that tablet, you playing Madden, nigga.
Yeah, you can play Madden on the tablet now, so they going 6-0 and then probably end up with 8 wins because that's what they do every year. But Rams, 49ers got to depend on a young boy. So, and the Seahawks, they ain't it no more. They lost everybody. So, in the rest we trust, who you got?
Besides the Rams winning the division, I don't really see much contention on that. Now I do think the Rams are going to struggle in their division because they always struggle in games against their division. They never freaking fail. They always play the 49ers and their games be like 20-17, and they play the freaking Cardinals and their game is like a blowout both ways. So it never. They'll probably go like 4-2 in their division for some unexplained reason, and then after that they'll be fine. Other than that, I would say. Man, screw the 49ers. I'm not gonna act like I'm not high on them. I'm not of this miraculous thing that they just finna run the table with a second year quarterback on his first time starting who barely played any games when he was freaking in the college football lineup. Like he barely played games then. Played 3 games last year, wasn't impressive. And I'm finna be like, oh, he finna be the step forward. Like everybody, Patrick Mahomes now? No. So I'm gonna look at the Cardinals. I'm gonna look at the Cardinals because they actually made an addition. You know, I got Hollywood Brown sitting down there eventually when he comes back. You know, DeAndre Hopkins, Mr. Hands, because they were doing good until DeAndre Hopkins got injured, and then after that they went on their run of losing some games and such. So I'm going to go the Cardinals second. I'm going to give them the same thing they always do. I'm going to give them a good run the first bit of the year, and then they might struggle towards the end of the year and still probably make the playoffs.
2K come out.
I'll give them about, I say 11 wins. I say 11 wins about a good medium, something like that. 10 to 11 wins. And then I got the 49ers, which will do the same thing, but they might lose in the division a game or two. It'd be about 10 wins. You know, if Jimmy G has to come back and start and try to save them because they had to do some miraculous win against the Rams just to get into the playoffs last year. So whatever. I'm going to give them the same 10 wins, and they'll be like a divisional game back, and you know, they'll lose. And so I'm giving them that. And then other than them, I got naturally the team nobody cares about at this point. You know, they're gonna be last. You know, it's not gonna. I'm gonna pretend like they don't exist. No, dang on. Pete Carroll is gonna decide after this horrible year. I think it might be time for me to retire. You know,
oldest coach in the league.
It's time for me to hang it on up. You know, I've been in the league for a while. Russell Wilson ain't here no more. I'm gonna have to go on this hiatus. You know, after they go 5-12, and you know, with Geno Smith start, so they let you know it's rough. When Geno Smith got to be the starter, but they let you know it's rough. So they're gonna be about 5-12. Pete Carroll might decide to hang it up, and you know, we'll go from there.
Interesting stat. Pete Carroll, the oldest coach in the league, and the second oldest coach would be Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick coached under Pete Carroll as a coordinator because Pete Carroll is that old. Yet he's probably in the best shape of any coach in the league. By the way, have you ever seen Michael Thomas not run a slant? I just want people to know. Michael Thomas kicked 300. That's all he run is slants, bro. He'll run a slant and stop. It's gonna be a slant though. I'm like, I have never. That's why like he has 80% catch rate. He just run route. James, just get used to that one route. We got some NFL. Who you got in the division? I don't want to leave you.
Oh yeah, this division it's easy to pick. Yeah, I mean, easy to pick. We got the Rams. You know, back to back. I'm taking the Niners second place. I mean, only because Niners always get a Rams trouble. I mean, Kyle Shanahan. We know what they're gonna do. They're gonna run that ball, and we know what he does with quarterbacks. I mean, I know we only seen Trey Lance 3, 4, whatever times, but you know, you get better at the game by playing the game. So, I mean, I feel like the 49ers would be number 2. Number 3 is the Cardinals. I mean, you know, I just don't. I'm not that much of a believer in Arizona like everybody else is. You know, they skyrocket in the beginning and then they flatline in the end like always. And then, come on, Seahawks. It's Geno Smith. It's Drew Lock. Yeah, they'll be lucky to win 3 games. So yeah.
Let's go over week 1, see who everybody got. Thursday night football this Thursday, Bills and Rams. Who everybody got?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I've still struggled with this game, bro.
I'm gonna take Rams 27-24.
I've still struggled with this game, man.
I got Rams too. 21-14.
It can't even be called an upset, but I'm gonna pick the Bills. I'm gonna pick a little bit of Super Bowl hangover. You know, they got to give the whole ring ceremony, the whole party, and everything. Von Miller, first time going back to the Rams. You know, first game of the season. I'm gonna give them a little bit of credit. I'm gonna give the Bills a better start. I'm gonna call them 27-24 in a close one. I'm gonna give the Bills a win. I'm gonna give them a win. I think
we got a good Thursday night game. That's crazy.
Give them a close one.
I ain't never seen a good Thursday night game. Eagles, Lions. Eagles probably 28-10.
Yeah, I'm a because I feel like the Lions improved. I'm gonna make the game a little bit closer. The Eagles will win, but I got the Eagles taking this. I'm gonna go 24-20 Philadelphia.
I don't think it's gonna be that close. I'm thinking the Eagles are just gonna take it handily. I'm gonna say they're gonna come out blazing. I'm gonna say 28-17. I'm thinking the Eagles are just gonna be like, we here, we serious. 28-17. AJ Brown goes off for 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think it's gonna be a good showing off party.
49ers, Bears. 49ers 10-0. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of scoring, but I don't think the Bears going to touchdown.
I'm taking the Niners. This is actually my first blowout. I'm gonna go. I got the Niners 31-14.
Oh God!
I'll agree with Monte. I don't trust the quarterback of the 49ers yet. He got to get his reps up. But again, the Bears ain't gonna score with Bosa back there in that offensive line. So he got an easy street. He just got to get some reps in. 10-0.
I'm gonna think that game. I'm gonna say that game will be closer. I'm gonna say it's gonna be close up until like the end of the third quarter when Trey Lance throw a beautiful touchdown to Deebo Samuel when Deebo Samuel runs off for 50 extra yards, and it's gonna be 20-10. Like, I think that mug is gonna be like 13-10, close until like the end of the third or beginning of the fourth, where he just launches a bomb throw. It's like that's what Jimmy G can't do because they gotta have one highlight play to show off for the rest of the week for Trey Lance. 20-10.
Bengals
Steelers. The struggles everywhere.
Bengals Steelers. I got the Bengals winning 28-20 over the Steelers. I just think Joe Burrow it's gonna be 28-7, but it's gonna end up 28-20 because again they're gonna call the dogs off. That's the only reason I'm saying that. I just want the score to be right.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati 31-17.
Mitchell Trubisky throws for 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 28-17. Steelers lose.
Patriots Dolphins. I think this is Tua coming out party. I think it'll be 24-14. I think
Patriots and Dolphins is always a toss up
at Miami.
I mean, it's at Miami. Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. I'm gonna go 23-20 Dolphins.
This is gonna be one of the first times in NFL history where the Dolphins are gonna blow out the Patriots, and I'm thinking the Dolphins are finna go bonkers and just revel in the chance to just like sit in all of the Patriots. I'm going to say 31-17. I think it's not going to be close. I think they're just going to let it run Mac Jones out of Miami, Florida. I think they're going to have fun. I think Tyreek Hill is probably going to have it's going to be one of the few games of the season. We're like, Tyreek Hill ain't going to miss a beat. 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, one blow-up play where he's wide open down the field for 70-yard touchdown. I think the Miami is just going to have a field day.
I agree. I think the reason that's going to happen too is because Bill ain't had a chance to watch what this offense is going to do. Because we ain't seen nothing from the Dolphins offense that they're going to do in the regular season. Let's just be honest. We don't know how they're gonna run Tyreek, how they're gonna use Waddle. We don't know it yet, so I don't think Bill can prepare for it. If Bill could prepare for it, I would say this is a closer game because Bill is a preparation god, but he ain't seen the offense, so he ain't gonna know what to do yet. So, like I said, that's why I got it like that.
Mac Jones throws for 1 touchdown, 1 fumble, 1 interception, the triple ones, and he has a sloppy game one. I'm 17.
Don't try Xavier Howard. That's all I know. Browns, Panthers at the Panthers. I got the Browns winning 14-10.
Browns at the Panthers.
I think
Oh God!
I think Baker gonna try too hard and mess up 3 picks.
Browns at the Panthers. Baker Mayfield's only chance to stick it back to the Browns. CMC gonna actually play because he's forced to play game 1 because he has no choice. I'm gonna go a little bit of a higher score, and I'm gonna say, let me give an odd one. Let's say 25-23. Let's just give it an odd one. I think it'll be some. I think this game gonna be some sloppiness. It's gonna be some funny stuff to watch. A safety here out of nowhere, a fumble here, another place. I think it's just gonna be a sloppily squeak by game that the better team wins, and because the Browns have the better team on paper, I think the Browns take a sloppy looking game. But Baker looks decent. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think he looks decent, but I think 25 or even 26-23, I think they lose a close one.
How did
I got I'm going Baker Mayfield on this one, you know what I mean? Because if y'all didn't know, you know what I mean, and I want y'all to know, if y'all didn't know this to the people watching, like there was a 11-game stretch where Odell did not play, right? And Baker Mayfield 8-3, 20 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. You know what I mean? I just had to throw that out there, my daily Skip Bayless quote. But I'm taking the Browns, and I mean I'm taking the Panthers in this one. As much as I hate them, you know what I mean, I'm going to take Carolina because of the Baker factor. He's coming in with revenge on the mind. Y'all got rid of me, the Deshaun rub and tug. Why? You know what I mean? So now I'm about to show y'all what y'all missing out on. It's just this week, I just feel like the better quarterback wins. I don't believe in Jacoby Brissett. So I'm going to take the Browns. I'll go 24-17 Brown. I mean 24-17 Panthers.
Colts 42, Texans 7. I feel like Matt Ryan gonna make a statement, and on the team that I don't believe in at all.
Yeah, Colts over Texans. I'm gonna go. Jonathan Taylor has a huge day.
220.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go 35-13 Colts.
Monterey.
I don't think the Texans are gonna get blown out that much. Like Matt Ryan, pretty controlled game. I say 33-20. I think it'll be some garbage points at the end. I say 33-20.
I'm using my old strategy that they just gonna score random touchdowns at the end of the game.
Yeah, like I'm like it's gonna be some garbage points at the end. So I'm thinking like Jonathan Taylor get taken out. I think get 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Ryan, like I don't mind chilling and running the ball this time. 33-20.
We got some terrible games starting now. We got the Saints Falcons. Saints win 24-7. I like the Saints defense.
24-17. No, I ain't gonna 24-16. That's better. Like I think the Falcons will have just enough of a shot to think they have a chance. Because like I said, it's a lot to get put together at the end for these Saints teams. They might get a little sloppy. Jameis on his first game back, he good for at least 1 interception. So, the Mr. 30 for 30 gonna throw him back in the game at the end. Him and Michael Thomas will have some misdirection. I think 24-16 is a nice bet.
This is my first upset of the week. You know what I mean? I'm taking Atlanta. You know what I mean? Last Last second touchdown, Kyle Pitts, 28-27, Atlanta. You know what I mean? We start
Kyle
1-0
Pitts
this year.
win.
We start 1-0.
Ravens, Jets. I think this game gonna be better than people think. 24-21. Ravens win.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens in this one.
Yeah, I think
I'll take Ravens 27-20 Ravens.
I think the Ravens take it a little bit more handily. I don't think Zach Wilson is playing quite yet, or if he is, he's going to be trying a little bit more limited. I think the Ravens go ahead and run away with that pretty handily. Probably.
Brees can run though.
Yeah.
Brees can
Probably
run.
like 35 to 17. I think it's going to be a pretty handily thing. I think they get rid of that relatively easily.
Jaguars, Commanders. I could really care less, but I guess Commanders. 14-7.
I mean, when we do that blur kickoff, I had to plug. This probably will be the trash can game of the week for me. Dougie P. I'm gonna roll with Dougie P. and I'm gonna take the Jags. I mean, I'm gonna go Jaguars 23-17.
It's Jags against who?
Commanders.
This is gonna be one of the most entertaining games of the entire week.
It's gonna
Like
be
you gotta
TV
love
for
when questionable quarterback teams like the Jags trying to show that Trevor Lawrence is worth being a number one, and Carson Wentz trying to show that he still is worthy of being somebody's starting quarterback. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be so entertaining. I'm gonna go in a close game. The Commanders pull out a close game. Carson Wentz almost flubs the game up at the end, but the Jaguars just accidentally mess up the game even more, and it's gonna be 20-16. It's gonna be a close one. Field goals everywhere. Nobody can find the end zone, and the Commanders run away with the end.
Yo, if we killing these picks, I might start that gambling thing, and then we might go just do it. You know what I mean? All these picks we doing. Packers, Vikings. I'm gonna pick an upset in this. I'm picking the Vikings to win 21-17. Let's pick an upset this week.
You insane if you think that score will be that low. Boy, that score will be 33-30. And freaking, it's going to be 33-30. They finna ball out because they always do high scoring games. Or 33-27.
You mean Aaron Rodgers on the perks?
They going to ball out. They always have high scoring games, regardless of defense. I'm going to go on. I think it's going to be close like that. I can see 27-33 real easy. But the struggles on offense. And Aaron Rodgers, I trust that. I ain't failed now. I ain't going to fail him now. I'm going Aaron Rodgers to pull out the last second touchdown and stick it in the Vikings again and be like, I don't need freaking Devontae Adams. 33-27. I think they're going to be down. He's going to pull that last second touchdown and win the game.
Hollywood, you picking Perk Rodgers?
Perk Rodgers. Let's go.
Rodgers.
Oh, no.
No, but I'm going to take the Vikings. This is going to start their run to winning that division. I got the Vikings. I'm going to take them. I feel like this might be an overtime game. I'm going to go 34-28 Vikings.
We got Giants, Titans. Derrick Henry is 100% healthy. He ain't got beat up yet. 28-14. Titans beat the Giants. As long as Derrick Henry healthy and not beat up, Titans gonna dog bad team.
Oh, yeah. The Titans are just going to bum. Derrick Henry goes off for 189 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. They can't be stopped. They're going to win like 30-10. I'm not even worried about this.
Y'all gotta tell me what my
high scoring, anything above 25 points.
Yeah, high scoring, anything above 25. Low scoring is like a 17-14 type shit. Titans, Giants, that's exactly what I'm going for this. Or 17-14. This might actually be trash can game of the week, to be honest. But I'm gonna take Titans 17-14.
They
Hey,
gotta win this game,
a
bro.
healthy Derrick Henry always fun to watch. I like watching the DB run away when he be running toward them, and they just like kind of like fake like they trying to tackle him and then don't, and then you rush for 80 yards. That's how they do early in the season before you like get his knees hit a lot. Um, maybe perhaps game of the week, Raiders Chargers. I said the Chargers gonna make a play. They gotta beat the Raiders to make a play. Chargers 28-21 over the Raiders in a good game that you might think could go both ways.
If the Chargers are serious, like I hope and look like they serious, if the Chargers are serious and they look like they serious, I'm going to put faith in them. But I think all these divisional games, no matter which one, that entire division lineup of games is going to be rough. I'm gonna give them a touchdown and a field goal more than that, and I'm gonna say I'll even go 35-31. I think that mug is gonna be nasty, like because it's gonna be a little bit more sloppy. First games. Herbert loves airing that mug out. Derek Carr got a new toy. I think that mug is gonna be high. I see 35-31. That mug going, because if I recall correctly, they ended the regular season last year against each other with the whole infamous timeout on fourth down and all that. And their game was in the 30s last year. So, and then I got a new toy and some new defensive weapons. I'm gonna go 35-31. I think it's even higher than just 27-24. I think it's higher. And the only thing that makes it predict high and low for Lala is how good they defenses are of the teams. Like if they defense is trash, then the other team probably gonna score a little more. Or if the teams are so evenly matched that they just start going back and forth and stop worrying about defense, then that'll make the score more higher. Like these teams, though they got good defenses, they are rivals. And so when you rivals and you just start to get in each other's heads and you start taking more chances, I think that you're gonna start airing that mug out. I don't care about running the ball no more. They run game for both of these teams. Ain't what the teams play anyway. Man, you know what? Bump this. Right. Hey, bro, go deep. Right. Just after a while, I'm like, screw it. Like, you know what? Whoever get the ball at the end. So that's what determines it for me.
Yeah, it's definitely the matchup. The personnel and all that. You just gotta know what teams. Like Monray said, if you know this team don't run the ball like that, they're gonna be throwing it, then chances are score gonna be higher. But what was the game we was on? Chargers Raiders.
Yeah, Chargers Raiders.
I can see that.
I'm gonna take Justin Herbert and the Chargers this John. I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be a high scoring John. I got it 34-31 Chargers.
Next game we have the Chiefs and Cardinals. In Pat, I trust, and I think they gotta win this early on game. So I think this is a must win. So I think they're gonna come out and try to make a statement. But the Cardinals are really good. Chris Jones gonna cause Kyler Murray problems because he's actually like a fast interior lineman, and they got some good edge rushers. Like I said, they got a better coverage safety. He ain't quite as good overall as Tyrann Mathieu, but he's a better coverage safety. So I'm gonna say Chiefs high scoring game, 42-35 overtime.
I can see that game going, bro. I can see them trying to play it safe. Halftime. Okay, halftime is like 17-17. They tied. And after that, they just like bump it. Screw all this. Interception here. Interception. Fumble. Touchdown. Broken defense. Backfield. Freaking Devontae Adams gets a play. Next thing you know, like, man, Mike Williams breaks loose after they double team. Freaking, they don't want receivers on the Chargers. Like, man, I see that game going high. I can see 35-31. Or even 14-14 at the half, and then they just bum rush out and go 35-31 then. Like, these divisional games are going to be good. So I can see it. I can see this movie. So just Brandon Staley don't need to be stupid with these four down. It's game one. Don't do no four down plays when necessary. And Hashtag the sensei will teach. You know, he giving classes.
That's why they call me the sensei. You know what I mean? You know, I don't got that name for nothing. Chiefs, Cardinals. I'm taking the Chiefs, man. I feel like they're just a better team. You know what I mean? I like what they did in the draft. You know what I mean? They got McDuffie, one of the better corners. You add George Karl at defensive line. You know what I mean? They're going to be better. And I'm taking the Chiefs in this one 31 to no, I'm at fact 34-24 Kansas City.
True. They got a good but Chris Jones questionable though. But they still got Frank Clark.
Man,
Wharton is not a
I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm picking the Cardinals in the upset. They always start out the year blazing. They look good up until about halfway through the season. The Chiefs start out slow. I'm saying it's gonna be a high scoring one. I think does Hollywood Brown and D Hop playing or neither one not playing?
I'm trying to see. I see that Chris Jones and McDuffie are questionable.
D Hop ain't playing. Oh, never mind. They ain't gonna win.
Oh, McDuffie questionable, then I don't know.
Chris Jones
D-Hop
questionable
playing,
too.
I don't care. D Hop ain't playing, they ain't winning. That bug will be Chiefs will win 28-20. If D Hop ain't playing, it ain't gonna be like it.
D Hop out first 6 games.
Nah, it's over with. Them niggas, they'll
They get suspended for something.
Things that he said.
By the way, for the people, I keep saying the safety. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about Justin Reed. He's the one replacing Tyrann Mathieu. Justin Reed is a good, I wouldn't say it. He's a better coverage corner than Mathieu. But Mathieu
definitely a quality safety.
Yeah, but Mathieu a better all around safety because of his instincts. But Justin Reed can make up for what they probably need more because, like I said, their defensive line is really good for them. 2 more games, Bucks and Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Buccaneers win. They on the road at Dallas. Dallas is going to try to put on the show, so I don't think it's going to be a blowout. 28-24, Bucks win.
I think Bucks blow them out. Like Michael Gallup, I don't know if he's playing or not. He working off of injury. CeeDee Lamb, the only thing out there in the middle of nowhere. And I got to put my faith in Zeke and Dak Prescott to keep the game close when they don't have no idea they had last year or even the year before that. Nah, this is a blowout. I see damn near 40-20. Like, because the Bucks will keep on putting on points. They'll run the ball down your throat. They don't give us. Tom Brady don't give a damn. So 37-20, 37-17. Like, I don't see this being close. If it's close, something going wrong on the Buccaneers end. They sloppy or Todd Bowles not having a good game or something. Screw that.
You know what I mean? First game of the season in Jerry World. You know what I mean? I don't think the Cowboys coming out flat. I don't think they winning this game, but I don't think they coming out flat. I'm going to take the Bucks. You know, I'm going to go. It's going to be pretty high scoring because the Cowboys, one thing they can do is score. I know they lost Amari. You don't got Michael Gallup. You still got CeeDee Lamb. Dalton Schultz is still out there. Dak is going to get him the ball. You know what I mean? They do that kid, Clay Turpin, won the USFL MVP or whatever. He seemed like he's going to be a lightning rod on that offense. But even with all that said, I'm taking Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay wins 31-24.
We got one more game, the Monday night game. The blowout that was meant to happen. The league set Pete Carroll up. Russell Wilson is back in Seattle. Let's ride. Broncos
this is
42-14 because I don't see also got nothing, dog.
Yeah, I don't know what I feel sorry for DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel sorry for DK. And then he just signed an extension too. Like, come on, bro. Like, whoo, yeah, Broncos 35-14. Russ throwing 5 touchdowns.
Munray?
This might be the biggest blowout of that entire week. Russell Wilson is going to do his best to bury the heck out of it. All of a sudden might have 200 yards by the time he's done. He's like, bro, just keep going deep. I don't care who on you. Go. I'm trying to let Russ cook today. I promise you, he finna try to bury the heck out of them. He's like, oh, y'all don't want to give me an offensive line? Man, let me run for 3 touchdowns. Boy, this might be Russell's best game of the first half of the season. He is going to try to show out. So 42-14 sounds accurate to me, but I think they might try to dial it back a little bit. So I'm going to say 35-14. Geno Smith throws for about 3 picks. The game is just ugly after the first quarter. And I think 21-3 after the first half seems about accurate. Unless just Tyler Lockett gets lucky with a touchdown or something like that. So I'm going to say 35-14. I'm going to say that.
I might come back later this week and talk about college football. I am going to give my thoughts real quick. Georgia should be the number 1 team in the country. You beat number 11 49-3. You make a statement. That's all I gotta say about that. Alabama do what Alabama do, 55-0. Shout out to Jackson State for making a team in D2 look like they the Alabama of D2. But Shadir Sanders, that man started off 16 for 16, 4 y'all don't listen. Y'all, my father didn't have his people in. Now we got 5-star recruits in the SWAC. It's over with. USC looked pretty impressive. Florida beat number 7 Utah. Kentucky, for the first time in years, looked really good. Oklahoma still Oklahoma. They play UTEP though. Miami beat some schools 70-13. Arkansas beat Cincinnati, so Cincinnati is not going to be that team this year.
Nope. Desmond Ritter's gone. Sauce Gardner's gone.
Yeah.
Ohio State beat Notre Dame.
In a game that first half I thought they had me. Not gonna lie, but Ohio State put it on them in the second half. Clemson played Georgia Tech tonight. We'll talk about that a little later. Like I said, interesting game of the week would be Houston almost lost to UTSA. I don't understand how that. Michigan dominated. They look really good. SEC looked really strong. Big Ten looked really strong. Every other conference looked like it looked basically what y'all know, right? It looks like the Big Ten and the SEC gonna become super conferences, and everybody else is gonna be left out and not good. They finna become good. Next week we got Alabama, Texas, and Southern Miss play Miami, Monte. So I will talk about that later this week. My alma mater, me and Monterey's alma mater in college, Southern Miss, is playing my school that I almost went to, Miami Hurricanes, because I wanted to go to college in Miami because I am a huge Miami when I was young. Hollywood and Monterey know. Miami when I was young was the place. Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Ray Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Vince Wilfork.
They were stacked.
Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, that team. Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Porter from Law, Mississippi. Shout out to him. That team was insane. Yeah, Greg Olson and Jeremy Shockey on the same team. They have never made a team like that. But I'm going to go talk about them later on. So I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate Hollywood and Monterey. Y'all got anything on college football that y'all want to tell the people about? Who should they be watching out for? What they should be looking for?
The same 4 teams that always is every year: Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, and Alabama. Like, this isn't changed. Like, it's the same 4 teams every dang year. Oh, my bad. Unless Michigan makes another miraculous push to get to the playoffs or something
and get blown out.
It's the same 4 teams.
This year for college, I'm watching closely at USC. I want to see what Lincoln Riley does with that. I want to as far he can take them. Can they get into the playoff? That's what I want to look for.
I was a believer in some of these new coaching hires, and then no disrespect, but I got disappointed by LSU last night. So I'm just I had hope. I had hope, bro. I wanted to see that good old Brian Kelly LSU go against Bama.
My man changed his whole way of speaking when he went to LSU.
Now I gotta hope that Bama loses before LSU becomes relevant again. Gosh dang it! I hope everybody takes them again.
That kid, that kid unfollowed the team, did all that stuff. I get it
He'll be
though.
all right this week.
Hey man, you can't. But I get you being upset because you didn't think you got the ball, but you can't complain about not getting the ball. But then you drop 4 of them, dog. I kind of don't trust you right now. That's my only thing. You gotta expect people not to look at you as much once you like, yo, I'm trying to win. I gotta go to people who gonna make it. So
We follow them after they win the game.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to see what LSU do. Florida State, are they actually good now? Cause they have been having some good recruiting classes, but of course I'm
Yeah,
not
they
talking about
good.
Alabama.
They good, but on 4th down, they do a freaking hitch play when all they got to do is take a knee and you're going to be up 10 points with a field goal. But they do a hitch play and then they fumble and flop the ball at the freaking 2-yard line. They good, man. They
We'll
good, but
see
want to
though.
give away the game.
These shows are gonna be a lot. I don't know if Hollywood can come every week or people be working, so I do these on my own. I do a lot of these shows. So if he can, if anybody, we might have different guests. We might have maybe somebody be on lunch or something. But every Monday at noon, we be here. I talk sports. It ain't gonna be as long. We had a whole special about who we think gonna win the division. Next week it'll just be the games and kind of football games and who won, and just going over what happened last week and upcoming week at Angle. So it's gonna hopefully. I'm trying to go make it an hour less, but this was a special, so you got 2 hours. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting the sports channel, everybody that watch, because this ain't our main channel. Our main channel is Overall 99 Media. This is probably our 3rd channel because we got the content channel too. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate Hollywood and Monte for coming through. Monte, where can they find you?
Sure.
Know it everywhere. Buzz, Broke Ugly Dudes, Overall 99 Media, and of course, the Blur Cartel. Everywhere you see my name, Munray Hudson. It is Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. We've got the hot takes on the anime side. It is what it is. In Russ we trust. Let's go.
That's we trust. Yes, it's your boy. Oh my bad, but it's your boy Hollywood Sensei. Sensei of the Blur Cartel, GGC Mafia. I mean, but it's the Blur Cartel. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, you can find me everywhere as well. Facebook at Christopher Coley if you want to add me. I mean, Instagram Hollywood Sensei, TikTok Hollywood_Sensei 215, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Sensei Hollywood.
Yeah, he giving lessons.
Giving lessons, and we gotta end this with my favorite quote from the legend himself.
In this morning's devotion, I was reading about Moses, and God spoke to Moses in the desert. Where we at? You know what I'm saying? Come on.
If I can get some of the swag that Cam Newton, I will. If I can get some of that man clothing swag, bro, I promise you I'll be good.
Inspiration. The man spoke inspiration. He talked to. How have you ever been talked to in the desert? Where we at?
Well, that's all I can say. My man had to leave on that. He's like, bro, I can't do it.
All right. I appreciate y'all for coming by. See y'all next week on Monday Morning Quarterback. Like I said, I might have another show. Maybe Monte can get on that one because I know he struggles to get on. He has to work, so he won't be on Monday Morning Quarterback. That'll probably be me solo. So we'll probably do another show on the sports channel. We're trying to grow multiple channels. And like I said, I'm not as busy right now, so I'm grinding the YouTube grind. So we got another show at 6 o'clock, and a show is going live right now. From Man Cave. You could go to the main channel and watch Monte tell you his regrets of not being a hoe.
Wow. I mean,
You
gotta accept what it was. We ain't gonna talk about these kind of things on here, Don't find them out.
Yeah, so if you own that channel, you know, I just gave y'all the preview of what you get to see when you go on the Overall 99 main channel when we talking about our regrets this week. So that's our main case where we talk about talk about things like that that's interesting and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all. Peace.